One of the biggest sales of the year is here, and it's time to take advantage of all the savings. This is going to be a great time to find new brands to sell in your storefront, as well as replan a bunch of items you've already been selling. My name's Alex with SellerAmp. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how we can manual source using SellerAmp's data tool to help us find all of these profitable leads. For those of you unfamiliar with SellerAmp, SellerAmp is a data tool that helps you find the leads, analyze them, and track them. So let's get into the video. So today we're looking at VitaCost. They have 10% off 40, 12% off 80, and 15% off $120 spent. If we can get $120 spend on one or two items that we find, then we can easily get that 15% off. So let's keep that in mind. What I'm going to start by is clicking on that sale, because that is going to put us in front of all of these products that qualify for that 15% off. So we have a big list of products here that all fall under the 15% off discount. And of course, VitaCost is going to tell us that these products are on sale. Some of them are actually on sale as well. So what we can do is, if we wanted to sort by even cheaper products, right, they're on sale plus the 15% off applies to them, we can look at those products as well. So on the side here, sometimes I like to change the way I sort these products. So I'm not just looking at this search, right? Because everybody's going to go click this and it's going to bring up the same list of products. So everybody's looking at all these same products, right? Maybe we want to change our search a little bit to help us get in front of a few different types of products that not every seller is going to be looking at. So if we click on sale here, then it's going to put us in front of, over 1,000 products. So that's a ton. And it's going to sort by relevancy. So maybe we modify our search a little bit to look at either top selling items or top rated items. All right, so now that we have a list of products that are all on sale and all qualify for that extra 15% off, let's go down the line here and start looking at products to see if they are listed on Amazon, 1, and then 2, are they profitable at the prices we're buying them at on VitaCost. So we're going to right click on the title of the product and then scroll down. There's going to be an SAS search that's going to search the title of this product in SellerAmp to see if there is a direct match listing on Amazon. All right, so we can see that it looks like it's the same product. We see that it's SPF 50, which we have here. It has the same kind of logo. Maybe it's just a different updated branding, which is still usually fine. We can see Amazon's on the listing, as well as 1 FBA seller and 2 FBM sellers. So my guess is that the brand is selling this product. We can see on this listing down here, which might not quite be the same product. We just have to look at the title here, but there are other FBA sellers on the listing, 17 to be exact. So for this product, we would want to sell on this listing, not on the first one. Even though this one sells a lot quicker, 375K rank in beauty is going to sell thousands of times per month. 19K might sell 1,000 or a little bit less than that. But we want to be able to sell on the listing, right? So if we're on this listing, there's a reason why there's not very many sellers on it. So we want to maybe look at this listing instead. So let's just double check that the title matches here. So if we hover, we can see Fair to Light SPF 50. It's 3 ounces. Tinted Face Sunscreen Lotion. Is that the same thing here? Tinted Face Mineral Lotion, SPF 50, 3 ounce, broad spectrum, water resistant. So what I probably want to do here is open the Amazon listing and then open the VitaCost listing and just really compare to see if they are the exact same product. All right, so after looking at the product, it looks like we do have a direct match. It's a Botanical 50 Tinted Face Lightweight Matte Finish. Here we can see that it's lightweight matte finish, Australian Gold, Tinted Face, 50 SPF. So looks like we have the direct match here, 1055, and we're actually going to save 15% off if we can spend that $120. So basically, we just need to buy 12 of them. We can't quite get to the 15% off buying just 12 of these. I think we can only buy 10 maximum with VitaCost. So we're probably going to need to spend more or find another profitable lead to get the full 15% off. But we're going to assume that we're going to be able to find that much to add to our cart to be able to get the full 15% off. So, okay, so we type in our 1055 buy cost, but because we have that 15% off, we're going to multiply by 0.85. That's basically 100% minus your 15% puts us at 85% of the actual cost. That's why we're multiplying by 0.85. So at first glance here, we're looking at, an $8.97 buy cost. We need to be below $8.54 to get our $3 minimum and a 30% ROI minimum. So that's kind of my lowest criteria here, is I want to see at least a $3 profit, at least a 20 or 30% ROI. So, at $17.99, not going to be good enough. Let's just double check, because sometimes the buy box will go to like an FBM seller really low, but a lot of, FBA sales are going to higher prices. And you can see here, the lowest FBA seller is sitting at $18.99. So maybe we're able to see the buy box bounce between those FBM sellers at $17.99 and FBA sellers at $18.99. Because you got to think, FBA sellers might have the premium at price here because they are allowing, the 2-day prime shipping. That's what you can use when you have an FBA listing. So if we look at the prices here, we're seeing it goes between $18.99 and then $17.39, $18.99, $17, $18. So it does bounce around a decent amount. And if we look, that actually has been happening for like the last couple weeks. And we see that the offer count is actually on a downtrend. It's kind of leveled out around 30 sellers, but this thing had over 70 sellers recently, and then it's been on a slow decline. So that's a great sign for us that this actually is trending in the right direction for us. So another thing we can look at is the buy box percentage. So we can see that these higher price sellers are getting the buy box share at most of the time at their high price, but that was a couple weeks ago. Let's try to find sellers getting the buy box share recently. So just now, 1734. Again, that could be an FBM seller or an FBA seller just priced lower. 1 day ago, 17. 3 days ago, 19. So that's a good sign. 2 weeks ago, 17. 4 hours, 1825. There we go. So we already know in the last couple hours, this thing had been selling over $18. 13 hours ago, 17. 19 hours ago, 19. Okay, so we are still seeing within the last 24 hours a $19. So I feel comfortable listing at that $18.99 price because I do feel like we can get the buy box price at that little bit higher price here. So we can click here. It's going to auto input the sale price here. So now you can see we're making $3.42 profit and a 38% ROI, which does fit our criteria. And now let's look at this on the other side of things, right? Worst case scenario, what we saw there was basically like $17.99 was that low price. If we did have to lower our price, we think we can probably sell for $17.99. It's kind of the lowest price we've seen recently. So if we were to do that, we're still going to make 28% ROI, right? It's not like we're going to lose money on this. We're not close to break even. We still have a little bit of margin if we were to have to list this product lower. So the fact that we're going to get 38% ROI in a worst case scenario is, still above 25%. That's a solid product to me. So again, we can sell a lot of these per month. If we go and look at how many our people are on the listing here, there's 29 sellers. We kind of want to determine how many of them are listed at, a reasonably competitive price. So this one definitely reasonable price, but that's the lowest price, $17.99. We can see, the lowest FBA, $18.99, which is what we like to see. And maybe up to like $19.50 is probably competitive. Anything over that, over $2 above the buy box is probably not going to get the buy box share very often unless these sellers sell out of their stock, which there's a good amount of stock at that price point. So I think that's reasonable to think those are, the top end of the competitive sellers. So really there's only 7, 8, maybe up to 12, 13 competitive sellers. So what I like to do is divide the number of sales per month on this listing by the number of competitive sellers plus what, I would bring to the listing. So if we really think that, there's really only like say 15 competitive sellers, we can divide that 850 by 15, which puts us right around 55 sales per month per competitive seller. So there are other sellers on the listing. So I don't think we should go that aggressive to buy 50 units because some of those other sellers might lower their price, become instantly competitive, and they're in stock with a lot of stock on hand. So they can become competitive quickly. But if we want to be conservative there, we cut that number in half and we can buy 25 of these if we really wanted to. Now, again, because of Vitacost restrictions, we can only buy 10 of these at a time. So we can't get the 15% off and just buy 25, put 25 in our cart because we can only put a maximum of 10 in our cart, which doesn't get us the full 15% discount. So anytime we want to purchase this product at the current price point, we need to pair it with another product. So let's keep searching to see if we can find one more lead to throw in our cart that puts us over that threshold to get the 15% off. And then maybe we can do multiple cart orders of the same product. So we're going to go to the next product here, right click that SAS search, and that's going to search the title of this product in Amazon. Okay, so we see Great Lakes Wellness. Looks like we have the same product here. It's just a updated packaging or something. But what I'm noticing right away, the offer count here, 1 seller, 2 sellers, 1 seller, 1 seller. That tells me that this brand is dominated by the brand itself, most likely, or a wholesaler that is, the only one authorized to sell this product. So we're not going to mess with that. We don't want to get on those types of listings. We're going to move on to the next product. We'll look at this floss here. Again, it's a simple process. Once you get it down, you can start to speed up your efficiency, speed up the number of products you get through per hour. So I right click on the product, open the SellerAmp extension here. It's already open, so it's just going to research the title, which is kind of nice. You don't have to mess with the formatting or what the screen looks like. So we can see here that this looks like a 2-pack, but it's not quite the same. We see that green background versus the red background. That's the biggest thing when searching the title of these products in Amazon. We want to make sure we have the direct match listing, because if you have something that's off, that's how you get IP complaints for sending the wrong product to the customer. We want to make sure that doesn't happen. So scrolling all the way down, I don't really see that direct match there. So we're probably not going to be able to find this profitably. So time to move on to the next product here. All right, so right click. This is a Vitacost branded product. I'm curious if this is actually listed on Amazon. If it is, great. Okay, so we can see here, it is listed on Amazon. It's not a great rank, especially not in the health and household category. 275 is a little bit high. 275K is a little bit high, but it looks like we do have the direct match here. Oh, this is 240 capsules. So it is not quite the direct match. We want to get the 120 capsules. That's another thing about vitamins. Make sure you have the exact number of capsules right, the dosage right. 600 milligrams is this 600? It is, but we want to make sure we have 240 capsules, not 120. So we'll skip that for now. Scroll down a little bit. If we can't find the direct match here, there's 60 capsules. Again, not the same thing. Scroll down a little bit further. Again, if we can't find it, we move on to the next. We don't want to spend too much time on a listing that's not worth looking at. So we're going to move on to, we don't want to sell chocolate in the middle of summer. So we're going to move on to this listing here. Right click, SellerAmp extension, search the title of the product in Amazon. All right, so we're looking at this product here. 240 capsules, looks to be a direct match, which is awesome. In 141K rank, 2% BSR, that is much better. Max cost of $12. We see there's a bunch of other sellers in the listing. We don't know if 54 is too high or not, right? 54 might be too saturated, but we need to look into the data to understand more, because if we need to be at $12 and there's a bunch of discounts, we could find this profitably. So we should look into it further to make sure that this product is worth purchasing, or maybe we find out it's not. So looking at the actual Vitacost listing here, it looks like we have a ton of discounts here. So I guess Vitacost is running their own sale on their branded products, 30% off. Plus we get an extra 15% off here if we can get that cart total up, which if we're buying this plus the other product, we're definitely going to have enough to get the 15%. So let's add all these discounts into our buy cost to see how profitable we can be on this. So we're looking at $17.99. So we'll type that in, $17.99. Multiply that by 0.7. That's going to be our 30% off. And then we're going to multiply also by 0.85 because that's the 15% off. So we're getting this all the way down to $10.70 buy cost. We're selling it at $23.97. We're going to make over $5 profit, almost a 50% ROI. So again, we want to see how many people are actually priced competitively, because that matters a lot. And we see that there are a lot of sellers listed in the $24 range, not a ton in the $23 range. So really only, again, 12 to 15 competitive sellers on this listing, and they don't have a ton of stock, which is a great sign. So I think we can probably sell this at $23.89, potentially even higher, depending if some of these sellers fall off the listing after they sell out, and we don't see a ton of more increase on, sellers on this listing. So I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that we could probably sell 5 of these in the next month, right around the $23, $24 range, which gets us enough profit. So if we look here, $17.99, right? If with all the discounts, we're going to get $10. So if we buy 5 of these and 10 of this other product here, that's definitely going to put us at, at least $150 in our cart, which definitely gives us enough to hit that 15% discount. So look at that. Within the first couple of products we searched on this sale, we found enough profit to get a 15% discount. And I bet you if we kept looking, we're going to find a ton more things. So hopefully you guys got something out of this manual sourcing video. This is kind of the process that I go through whenever sales are happening on websites. I'm going down the list. I'm filtering my search a little bit, but then I'm going down the list, looking at all the products to see if I can find that direct match on Amazon using the SellerAmp Chrome extension, because that increases my efficiency so much. So if you're not using the SellerAmp tool, I highly recommend it. It helped my sourcing so much, and I know it's going to help yours. So if you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.